before he can do more harm, get rid of corrupt state representative Ted Davis. Ted Davis was appointed, not elected, by the people. It has never occurred to him that he was put there to serve and represent the people, and not put there to concoct legal loopholes for his cronies and line his own pockets. The referendum process was designed to give voters a say when government gets too big for its own pants. It is a fail-safe system against negligence, stupidity, and corruption when local officials take advantage of their office in order to help themselves to the tax base. The Wilmington Charter specifies 25% of votes cast in the last election, quote-unquote, to petition for a referendum, up from 10% before the Saffo regime took over. Now that same regime wants to end referendums forever by changing that language to 25% of all registered voters, quote-unquote, rather than votes cast. That's 4 to 5 times the number of voters in the last election, or 10 times the present number of signatures legally required on a petition. The corrupt Ted Davis Jr. was paid a handsome sum by the Saffo-run city of Wilmington to craft his document, H.R. 1083, that essentially bans referendums in Wilmington forever. By this legal deceit, the foxes were legally installed in the henhouse. Smart move, Davis, but we know what you did. Now everybody else does, too. Mayor Saffo runs the city as he runs his own household, as a philanderer, a liar, a cheat, and a fraud. His poor wife has had enough of his lying and cheating, and in her divorce suit may take him for everything he has stolen from the city so far. His contractor cronies have gifted him real estate in return for his illicit favors, but he is a bad businessman in private life and can't pay the property taxes on them. Unless Saffo can dream up some new pet projects to hire his friends to build for the city and reap the kickbacks from them to keep him afloat, he is in a pickle indeed. A wife on one side, the tax department on the other, and now a city that is suddenly waking up to what he has done to Wilmington. And so we find Saffo is desperate to end referendums. He has to find a way to prevent voters from shooting down his new money-making schemes. Saffo lies awake dreaming of future boondoggles, like the failed ballpark project he attempted to ram down Wilmington's throat until voters stopped him, and the new municipal service district nobody wants, where he will sell downtown out like an old shoe to a private tax-consuming corporation, Downtown Wilmington Incorporated. Susie Hamilton is there to green her own fields. Susie loves the city of Wilmington the way a prostitute loves her own body, as something to be sold to the highest bidder, however discreetly behind closed chamber doors. Susie wants her cut. Anybody's wallet will do. Rick Catlin is a House representative like Davis. Catlin destroyed the film industry in Wilmington, essentially running them out of town to Atlanta. Catlin owns an engineering firm, Catlin Engineers and Scientists. The city of Wilmington is his major client, and he kicks back to Saffo and others on the city council in exchange for the work. Catlin wants to ban referendums too, because it opens the gate to more pet projects from Saffo and more jobs for his firm to do, keeping his fingers in the tax pie. Catlin wanted to divert incentives given to the film industry to the state ports where he already had contracts. Obviously, the film industry didn't understand how it works in corrupt Wilmington. If they had just kicked back enough money to Catlin's firm, they would still be making movies in Wilmington. By getting rid of the film industry, Rick Catlin hurt Wilmington immeasurably, but his associate, Michael V. Lee, also played his part. Lee had been then installed in a high-paying sinecure at the state ports, pleasing select private contractors, of which Rick Catlin was one. Lee opened the gates for Catlin in the ports and was paid handsomely. Lee is now a senator and owes Catlin favors, and Catlin owes City of Wilmington favors which he must pay back. Lee is a bought man.